It's Paul here with Value Flips. Just wanted to share with you guys a few sales before we head out thrifting and hunting for things to resell online. I want to start out with this Kraken Black Spiced Rum cup. It's a ceramic cup. I paid $1 for this. I got it about a week and a half ago at a Goodwill. Ended up selling it for $19 plus shipping. Some of these alcohol brand related glasses, they do sell really well. So you have to look them up and see. And this is the first time selling this brand before. I know that this type of rum is very popular, so I'm not surprised. But nice little flip. Bought these Polo Ralph Lauren India Madra shorts. They're brand new with tags. Got them from a Savers about a month ago. I paid $10 for them and ended up selling them for $30 plus shipping. I don't sell a lot of purses, but sometimes I get lucky and I find one that I can make some money on. I purchased this. I've had this purse for about 8 months. It's a New Balance and Stowed, which is a pretty popular purse brand. This is a crossover purse. I paid $6 for it. I had it priced like around $100. It wasn't selling. Kept lowering the price. I ended up taking an offer of $60 on it, and I only paid $6. So great flip. I just wish it would have sold longer. Waiting, 8 to 10 months for something to sell is a little too long for me. Nevertheless, made some great profit on it. Bought these 2 Frigidaire water and ice filters about a week ago. I paid $6 for both of them, and I knew they'd sell fast. Sell-through rates over 100%, and I sold them for $22 plus shipping. Found this old fishing lure, South Bend fishing lure, at a Salvation Army about 4 months ago. I paid $5 for it. I thought I was hoping to get $20 out of this, and it just was not moving. So I kept lowering the price. I ended up taking $15 for it plus shipping. So still made some money on it. Old fishing lures can do really well, guys. You just got to look them up. This one actually is pretty old. I believe it's from the 60s. Sold this Call of Duty Mega Blocks kit. I got it at a Value Village about 2 months ago. I believe it's incomplete. I counted the pieces and I had over 800 pieces. Most of the pieces were still in the packages. But I couldn't, verify that it was 100% there. So I ended up putting it up for $89 plus shipping, and it sold within about a week. Had it been, fully complete and I could have verified it, I probably could have got closer to $200 for it. So just a great flip. Be on the lookout for these Call of Duty Mega Blocks sets. Sold this vintage West Bend hot and cold server. So vintage ice bucket. There's paper in there. I paid $10 for this at a thrift store about a week and a half ago. Ended up selling it for $35 plus shipping. I've sold these before, and you can notice them right away. The penguin on the side. I believe they're from either the 1950s or 1960s. Picked up this Lululemon bag at a Goodwill about 8 months ago. I've had it for a while. I paid $20 for it. It was just sitting and sitting. I had it listed at $60 and a lot of interest in it, but nobody was buying. So eventually I got an offer for $40 and decided to take it. This is a 1994 Fisher-Price pirate ship. There's a couple cannonballs in there. I got this at a thrift store about 5 months ago. I paid $7 for it. I had it listed for $40. Somebody offered me $30, and I decided to take it. In case you guys are unaware, Fisher-Price, some of their play sets from that year, for some reason, the 1994 Castle and pirate ship sell really well. So if you can pick them up, they flip well. All right, everybody, it is Paul, and we are out at some thrift stores looking for things to resell online on eBay, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace. And I'm at the church thrift store. The first thing I find in the toy section is this Super Y plush. And this one makes noise. And I think with PBS kind of being defunded, this show, I don't even know if it's still running, this show. But I think there's some value there, and I did see some solds on it, so I decided to scoop it up. It's worth about between $20 and $30. I'm heading over to the dish section now, looking at some dishes. And you would think this is maybe Fire King, but nope. Look underneath, and it's actually an Indian brand, Terra Musa. Not too familiar with it. Looked it up. Didn't really see any value there, so left it behind. Just looking for good Pyrex or Corningware. Any good vintage plates, good condition. And I see this Care Bears tea set, which is incomplete. It would have been good had it been not priced so high. It was $25, which is too high. They do sell, and there's some sales in the $70 to $80 range on that, but with a complete set. With an incomplete set, that isn't gonna fly. I'm at a Salvation Army now. I threw this in my cart. This is an Elna Supermatic sewing machine. It's worth about $200. And then this bronze Citromatic juicer I threw in my cart right away. I had to be fast, people around. I ended up putting the sewing machine back. I just didn't want to deal with it. I couldn't test it properly to make sure it worked. And I also found on a cart the Bible story books from the 80s, and the set is worth like $150. So I picked that up. And I didn't know that it was. I just looked it up and gave it a quick scan. Same with this bicycle game that I paid up for. I paid $8 for it. But it seems to be kind of a rare bicycle game. It's called Pocono, and this is the number 2 edition of it. So I think there's some value there. And another game I have to scoop up right away is this Atmosphere, the Harbingers game, which I already have one for sale right now, but I will pick this one up if it's complete. So I will check it before I check out. I keep looking for anything else in here. Actually, a different store now. I went to, I think, 4 or 5 stores last couple days, 5 stores. And keep looking at plates. A lot of made in China stuff that is not worth anything. But if you see an odd pattern of a plate, you want to look it up, because it could be one of those brands like Villeroy Bach or Studio Nova, and it'll have some value. Some patterns don't have value for certain brands, so you really have to almost check every different plate that you come and pattern that you come across, right? But you'll get to know which ones have some value, and then it'll go into your database and your brain, and you'll know. This is out of Value Village. I'm in the junkie section looking around, and I see these scouring pads by Rubbermaid. They're new, old stock. I see that there's some sales history on them. There's some solds. The comps are like, $5 a piece, $6 a piece. So I got 2 of them there for $3.50. Figure there's some money to be made there, so I put that in my cart. Nice and light, easy to ship too, so I don't have a problem picking that up. I just keep moving along here. Lots of hangers. A couple old sprinklers. Never sold a sprinkler. Head over to the toy section. Oh, and I see something I missed. There's a Little People's nativity set there that I missed when I first entered the toy section there. But that's okay. Can't get everything, right? Keep looking here. Let me guess, if you guys see anything valuable, let me know. I tend to miss a lot of stuff. What they want for this bag of Lego? $10 for a little bag of Lego, random Lego like that. Isn't that expensive? I think it is. I think it's ridiculous. Tried looking through those figures to see if there are any G.I. Joes, and I couldn't find any. Here I am at a Goodwill now, looking in the glass section. Just a bunch of generic glasses. By the way, that logo is from the 1988 Calgary Olympics. If ever you see that in the wild, now you know what it is. You learned something. That glass isn't worth much. I left it behind, but I did find a lot of good stuff, and I'm going to go over it. Once I get home, I'll show you my haul. All right, guys, it's Paul here, back home, and I've laid out the stuff that I picked up over the last few days. Thrifting continues to be a little tough in my area. Been hitting a lot of thrift stores and, usually finding maybe one or two things when, a couple weeks ago I was finding maybe 5 or 6 things. So just got to keep going at it. Let's start back here. Is this toy? This is a Paw Patrol Air Patroller, and it is the pirate version, which I've never seen before. I've sold the regular Air Patroller for about $27. I see there's one listed on Poshmark for $60. They wanted $8 at Value Village for this, so I think I could easily get $30 for it. So I picked that up. Back here is an interesting find. This is a Mice's Christmas box of books from 1999. So in here, it is like an advent calendar, and it has little books. I'll take one out so you can show you. There's little books in there with the number on it. Hopefully get a good visual of that. Anyway, any type of kind of Christmas advent book you want to look up. And sure enough, Salvation Army only wanted $4 for this. And these sell anywhere from $40 to $70 throughout the year. So that's a great find. Next to it here is something that I recently sold. I picked up also at Salvation Army, is a deluxe edition Yahtzee. I paid $5 for this. And the last one I sold, I believe I got $25 or $27 for. So this version of Yahtzee for some reason sells well, for me anyway. Down here, this was $8 I paid up, but this is a sealed DVD series, Being Human, the complete third season. Never heard of it. Not too many of them listed on eBay, and there's comps of $20 and up, so decided to take a chance on that. I believe I will have the only new one listed. The other ones are all pre-owned. Cool find here for $2 at the church thrift store. I found a 2008 Neil Young bucket hat that looks like it's barely been worn, so kind of a nice find. And there actually are sold comps on this type of hat, about $20 to $30. Here's something different from the church thrift store also that I got, is a Super Y plush, the PBS show Super Y kids show. I was just thinking, I was wondering what's going to happen with that show, because I recently heard that they've been defunded, PBS anyway, so be interesting to see if some of these shows survive and the value of some of the items. But I paid up for this plush. This is one of the main characters in the show, and I paid $5 for it. And there are some souls for this. This is the talking version, so he's worth a bit more, and I believe it was $25 to $35. But I'll put up some comps so you guys can see how much it's selling for. This plush I paid $2 for. This is the dinosaur from Paw Patrol, and there's not too many of them listed, so I think I should be able to get at least $15 for that. This guy is Mr. Moon from the Sing movie. He has his tags. This is from the first one, and I paid $4 for him. His microphone is trashed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to strip that down, and I'll probably I have some acrylic paints that I use, and I will just quickly do a quick paint job on it. And of course, note that in the listing. This guy, he's pretty rare. I've sold him before. Every time I pick him up, I'll probably ask $25 because of his flaw. Without the flaw, I probably could have got $30 for him. With the flaw, I'm probably hoping between $20 and $30. Well, here's something interesting too that I got from Value Village. It is these Reveal non-scratch scouring pads, brand new. I gave these a scan, and they're actually selling. I believe they're around $5 or $6 a piece, so I can double my money here. I only paid $3.49 for 2 of them. Easy to list, easy to sell. I know some people don't bother with the smaller stuff, but if it's really quick, something that's new sealed, I will pick it up because it's quick to list for me, and I don't mind doing it. So I'll show you the second part of the haul right now. All right, it's Paul back here. I've got the second part of the haul here. I got some bigger items, so they didn't fit all on the table. At a charitable thrift store, I got this. This is from 1978 Fisher Price stove. They only wanted $4.50. I'm hoping anywhere from 15 to 25 from that. I got some work there cleaning up, but I enjoy selling toys, so I figured I would pick that up. Let's talk about this. Is I paid $8 for this game at Salvation Army. It seems to be pretty rare. There's not too many of them listed. I have no idea what price I'm going to list it at yet. Um, Appears to be brand new sealed. It has a little rip in the plastic here, but for $8, I did pay up for it, but it should be easy to list, and I should be able to get at least $20 to $30 for it. Here also is a game. I paid $5 for this from Salvation Army. I just recently found one of these, so this is the second one I found. I did open it, and the pieces look to be all there. So I'm hoping anywhere from $30 to $50 for this item. And over here, this is a Braun Citromatic, so like a juicer, electronic juicer for $5.99. These sell regularly. It's very heavy, so I'm probably going to put on Poshmark. Anywhere from $25 to $35 these have been selling for. And here I had to pick up for only $5 were these Crocs that appear to be in really good condition. Yes, they're women's Crocs, but I was looking for flaws and I cannot find any. They look like almost new. So I'm probably going to price these at on the lower end, maybe like $20 just to move them. And, I'll make my 15 bucks on them. And here, lastly, this is probably the find of the day. So this is from the 80s. It's the Bible story. This is the whole set there. So this was at Salvation Army, and they wanted $2 a piece. So there's 6 of them here. So for $12, like I said, the whole set's here. And I see the sets sell anywhere from 70 upwards of, there was a sold comp last year of $199. So this seems to be kind of a rare book series. I'm learning more and more about books. I want to get into selling more books for a bunch of reasons, but this certainly, hopefully, will be a great sale once it sells. But I had to pick up that. Anytime you see kind of Bible series and stuff like that, there can be some good money in there, especially regular Bibles. I've sold, believe it or not, that's probably the most popular book that I've sold in the last few years has been Bibles, like specialty Bibles. So I want to thank you guys for watching and coming thrifting with me. I hope you guys learned something. And if you guys could like and subscribe, that'd be great. And we'll see you on the next one. Happy hunting.